Morning. Okay, so I left off on how I knew how it felt to get your heart broken and all that jazz, blah, 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 blah. Yes, my marriage did end because there was some indiscretions in his part, but that's another story. Like I said, I'm going to be regressing. So my life today is, I live in a crappy house. Quick update. I live in a crappy house. I have 3 kids. I can barely make ends meet. It's not a very friendly divorce. He's fighting for everything that I felt was my fairy tale marriage. So everything we built together is literally being dismantled by my soon-to-be ex-husband, which is okay. I don't really mind the material things. Like I said, I'm more at peace with myself. My daughter got accepted to college. She was supposed to go away, but she decided to stay because she wanted to be with me while this was going on, which I not only appreciate, but I so admire her sacrifice for her mommy. So she's my princess. She's a little trooper. And so I work full time. I can barely make ends meet. I might lose my job. I feel like I might. A lot of drama, a lot of family being brought in. So, you know, when the owners start bringing in family, then, you know, you can't, doesn't matter how great you are, you can't ever beat out family, and it's okay. I'm currently looking, no big deal. I'm dating. Well, I'm not dating. I have a boyfriend, and he is amazeballs for now, because you never know. This time I'm taking super baby steps. He is, he's a Greek man, amazing, tall, handsome, gentle, amazing dad. He comes with an incredible package of 2 baby boys, 4 and 6, which I haven't yet met. It's a brand new relationship, so I haven't met them yet. And since we are taking it super, super slow, because my husband was my husband for 21 years, and he's all I know, so I want to take it slow. Sometimes you don't want to involve the kids right away, especially when they're that young, like his, because, you know, who knows. And my kids have, 2 of my children have met him. The one that lives with his dad hasn't yet, because he's not around as much. But yeah, like right now I'm on my way to work. And it's Wednesday, and I am so tired, and I went to the gym yesterday. Oh, jeez, my legs were like spaghetti. But, yeah, so that's the update on today. Like I said, I do have a boyfriend. I'm not, I've never been a serial dater. I haven't dated. I was kind of afraid to date because of the betrayal of my husband. Mine was a double betrayal. He cheated with my friend. Yeah, my friend. That one person I confided in, and it was hilarious. Well, now it's hilarious, because now I'm like, girl, I set it up myself. We would drink, you you get together, play poker, game night. We would drink like little straightaways. Anyways, we would get together, and the first thing out of her mind, as soon as she had a couple of beers, was how horrible her husband was. And I would always tell her, like, we're here to have fun. Like, don't talk about, like, your drama. Like, you could always call me and talk about that. We could talk about that later. And she would call me, and no, she didn't call me. She used to talk to me. We always did the face-to-face. We never, ever spoke on the phone. Because it was, 2007, not everybody had cell phones. I was always at work. She was a stay-at-home mom. So she would, we would get together, soccer, because we played soccer together. I coached her daughter. My husband coached her boys. Her and I were on the same team, or I thought. She would always talk about my husband. She would always be like, God, you and Caesar, you guys are so awesome together. Like, how do you do it? Like, and I would, you have to talk to them. You have to listen. You have to understand. Sometimes they have bad days. Sometimes he has horrible days at work, or I just have to, sit them down, calm them down, making sure I'm there and just listen to him. And I talk to him a lot. And, you know, I cater to him. I was literally setting this chick up to get with my man. Because everything I told her I did, she did. They didn't end up together, you know. Of course, when I found out, which is another story, you know, she denied it, of course, but phone records were there. I only have records, cell phone records, of them talking, of hours that you wouldn't think just friends would talk, because I know I have girlfriends that won't call me at 4:20 in the morning. To me, that's like a booty call. But in their defense, and because I'm a very neutral person, I'm going to choose to believe, and I have chosen to believe since I found out July 20th of 2007, that because I only have phone records, that's all it was. Just talking. But like I said, that's just for my own peace of mind. Because if I think differently, I would have gone insane. So I will be naive, stupid, retarded. Not retarded, that's not a nice word. I'll just be naive, innocent, and I choose to believe they were just phone calls. But I'm pretty sure the rest of the world knows exactly what it was, as they do too. But whatevs, I don't have proof of that, so I can't accuse them of that. So when I confronted her, she denied it. When I confronted him, he laughed it off and was like, oh, you know, her and her problems with David, you know, she would just call me to get advice. That's freaking amazing, because I told her to call me and I would give her advice, but she didn't. I never knew my husband's schedule, like his work schedule. Like, I didn't know what times his breaks were. I didn't know what time he went into work. I didn't know what time he got out of work. You know who did? She did. And I found out my husband's schedule when I saw the Verizon phone bill call log. Because every day for 2 years, 7:50 first break, 9:50 second break, 2:20 got off work, third call of the day. There were times where my husband would go on vacation. Another red flag, right? My husband would go on vacation on his own a lot, and I would keep his cell phone. Funny, when he was on vacation, his phone was dead. Like, nobody called him. It is what it is. It doesn't faze me now. Now it's just like, oh my god. Really, dude? And if you should see this girl, I should post a freaking picture of this chick. It's not about inner beauty. It is about, sorry, my bad. It's not about outer beauty. It's about inner beauty. And when you're equally as horrible inside as you are outside, it's just a shame. Shame on you, Marcella. Shame on you for doing what you did to your friend. You ended her marriage. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a better life. Years ago, I wanted to beat her up. I wanted to, like, oh my god, if I ever see her walking down the street, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill her. Now I think to myself, God bless you. God bless you. She's still with David. You know, of course, nothing ever happened between her and my husband, so she's still in her miserable, mediocre marriage. She ended mine. She totally ended mine. One day, you know, I don't wish bad upon anybody, but I know that just the fact that she's still there in that marriage she would complain about constantly is punishment enough for her. I wish her the best. May God bless her and her family. You know, God is already working on me, and you know, it is what it is. When I confronted her, I went to her house. Luckily, her husband was home, and I talked to him about it too. And I said, you know what? I don't know what's going on. I don't know how you want to handle this. Like I said, if you were to see a picture of her, honestly, I didn't know whether to cry to her and be like, how could you do this to me? you betrayed my friendship. Like, I didn't know whether to yell at her, hit her. I didn't know. Or to high five her, like, congratulate her, like, give her her props. Like, damn, girl, you went up against me, out of all people, me. You know, like, dang, girl, you ballsy. But I didn't. You know, I'm one that when things are at their worst, I always keep my posture. I'm composed. I'm mellow. I try not to say more than I should, because I don't want to hurt anybody.